All right, well, hello everybody, welcome back. Hello, welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted internet pilot on this here episode, and I've been looking forward to this one for a very long time. I've been looking forward to this flight, to this this airplane. I can't believe there's still these airplanes flying around in real life. I can't believe it. Y'all think I'm fronting? Go check FlightAware out. There are still F70s and F100s that fly in real life. Usually it's over Australia. It's with here. You know what? I down. You know what? Because I love y'all. I actually downloaded the pictures. Let me just show y'all something here. Hang on. Let me get this open here. Give me one moment. Let's see here. I'm planning on trying to use GSX tonight. I really hope that's not going to be a. I really hope it's not going to be a problem, because the last couple of times I've tried to use it, I could not get their tug unconnected from our airplane. So I really hope that one of the 4 or 5 updates that they've done recently, I really hope that one of those is a good update. All right, we got display capture here. Yeah, let me show you all this here. So, you know, me being the dork that I am, the nerd. So I copied this last night. As you can see. Whoa, bitch. Whoa, motherfucker. Whoa. Wow, what the fuck? All right, look. Here we go. That's Unity Airlines. I don't know what NWK is. We have Virgin. Australia still flying F100s around, right? And then this Unity airline, they also fly the F70 too. I didn't see it. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Well, I guess I didn't copy the F70. I do have F70. You know what? Here, I'll show you guys. I saved one of the tail. I saved one of the flight numbers just in case. Just in case I wanted to fly it. Yeah, here's one here. Here's an F70 from Brisbane for Cloncurry. I almost... Oh, motherfucker, that's the F100 again. Hang on. The other one's got to be the F70. I know I got an F70 in here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Here's an F70. From Brisbane to Moranbah. Yep. Alliance Airlines. Okay, Unity. But yeah, I never knew this was a thing. But yeah, here's their airplane. Look how good that airplane looks. First aerial flight from England. Oh wow, that's cool. Oh, that's cool, man. Got the dirty south. Look, he got his paddles ready. You know, I bet you he takes them home and spanks his wife with those. I bet you he does. All right, let's go ahead and get into this airline now. Let me just make sure my controls are... They should be good. Airlines and airlines. Okay, very good. Yeah, we are going to be flying the F70, as I said. Let me just make sure the tail number is in here. I'm going to use OE. I forget the rest of it. Hang on a second. OE. It's OE something, bitch. I know. I almost have it. Briefing preview. OE Old English. I think I used to drink Old English a long time ago. All right, Old English. Okay, OE-LHK. And then we're going to do this EYR, and we're just going to say 3369. Excellent. So we're going to be flying from Montpellier, France, to Innsbruck. I thought about leaving from... Hang on. What's LM what? LFMT. I was going to fly from Geneva. It's almost the same flight, but this takes us more over the Alps, where I was able to kind of construct it to where we were flying over the Alps the whole time. I didn't really have that luxury with Geneva, but yeah, we're going to be flying out from Montpellier. And then we are going to be going up pretty much directly over the Alps the whole way. We're going to come down through this way, hopefully pass by Mont Blanc. And then instead of us going up towards Munich, towards Salzburg, like you normally would, and coming around and picking up the one arrival, we're going to go down to the south here and come around this way. So we're going to come down and around the south and then make a turn towards the northwest and then back around to Innsbruck. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And I think 30 right is the right runway, but we need to park at an actual gate. An actual gate! Let's see here. What gates do we got available here? Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. There's 30 right there. Yeah, that looks good. What are all these? Ramps. Gates. All right, yeah, we can stay there. All right, man, we should be good to go. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to fly this thing. I've been excited the last couple of days over the other couple airplanes that we've done, man. But this one, I just really think that these F-28s, the F70s, like they are just some really good airplanes. And I am super, super stoked for it. I'm really, really psyched up for it. I also uploaded some checklist documents into the airplane. I'm hoping that it works. I really hope it does. You can upload your own documents into the paper checklist. You just have to save it as a PNG file. It is our airplane right there. Right. I still have the settings set up from Say Intentions AI. I really like that they came out with something that can help you navigate some of these settings to try to get it set up for your exact, you know, the type of screen you have and also what kind of performance you're trying to get overall. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, we're going to try to use GSX. I say try because you never know what's going to happen with them. Hopefully we can release from the cart after they push us back. Hello? Tell me why I can't move? There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get the lights turned on outside. We may turn the lights down during takeoff. We may go a bit darker. I haven't taken off in a long time with the lights down. I like to take off with the lights down because I like seeing how all the lights interact and all that. All right, let me just make sure that some of these controls. So we have power. We have flaps. We have our speed brake. And let's see here, does trim work? Okay, maybe it'll work after we turn everything on. Let me try this checklist here and just see if this works with the documents that I put in here. Let's fucking go! Oh my God, that's awesome. So I wanted to get in here the maximum for certain protocol. Like takeoff and go around, the max we can have N1 is for 5 minutes, right at 96.5%. So I wanted to have that. Then the next page I have is maneuvering after takeoff, our climb out procedures, profile mode, flat retraction, minimum altitude for turns and things like that. Like we need to be at a minimum of 500 feet unless there's a noise abatement protocol, which I don't think there is. And then the last one, what the? No, what happened to the last one? Maneuvering after takeoff. Oh, that sucks. Damn it. I had one more saved. It's not that big of a deal. It was just on descent. Like, it's okay. I just really wanted to see if we could do this, but that's weird. You can only put 2 documents in there. All right, anyways, no big deal. It does have our flight number on there, which is cool. Does it have our tail number or anything like that? Let me see here. Oh, shit. OELFK. It does put it on there. Did I type that in? OELFK? I think I did. Let me see here. That's pretty fucking dope. Let's see here. Load flight plan. I will say this here. With this airplane, if you are in legacy mode for your mouse and all that, you're going to have a white dot. I'm sorry, if you're in lock mode, you're going to have this white dot that just follows you around. If you want to get rid of that white dot, do legacy mode. So, all right. So first things first, before we apply any power to the aircraft, we have to complete some safety checks. Check both fuel levers that they're in a shut position. Okay, both fuel levers are in a shut position. Landing gear selector is down. All right, moving up to the electrical section. Let's see here. All right, moving up to the electrical section, switch the batteries on, and then rotate the knob to battery and make sure that we have 24 volts in both. All right, let me just check the sounds real quick. Oh my God, that's loud. Oh shit. Hang on, let me get these filters turned on a little bit. All right, that should be a bit better, I think. Okay, yeah, we're not spiking out now. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Confirm the battery volts. All right, volts look good. Batteries can supply. All right, for this tutorial, let's turn the... All right, before starting the APU, there's some additional checks. Let's turn the batteries off for now. This additional power source. I tell you what, let's get ground power connected, and then we will put the batteries back on. All right, there's our ground power. Do I have say tensions up? I do. Okay. Excellent. All right, that's good. Might as well pull in the flight plan while I'm in here. Okay. And that looks good. All right, let's go back to aircraft. Import. Not yet. Okay, the batteries. Okay, let's turn the batteries back on. Get the ground power connected. Hang on, I gotta turn that filter down just a little bit more. Oh, I didn't realize I still had those other filters connected. Okay, so let's just turn that down to like 18.5 for now. All right, so now we got the batteries. GPU is connected. For this APU. Okay, before starting the APU, there's some additional safety checks we must complete on the APU fire section of the overhead panel. Oh, good. The clicking. All right, I still hear... No more clicking. All right, let me just... Hang on, let me just move the filter back a little bit more. I wonder what that clicking is, actually. All right, before starting the APU, on the APU section of the overhead panel, make sure that... Yeah, what is that clicking noise? Oh, it's our alternate stabilizer. What the fuck is going on here? That is really weird. Let's get this back to 0. Might have to restart the airplane. Okay, yeah, let me just restart real quick. That's weird.
You need to set.
Just don't tell me what to do. Oh, that clickins. All right, so far we're good. No more clicking. Okay, let's come back here to aircraft. Get the GPU reconnected. And then once that's connected, we'll get the batteries fed on again, and we'll test our... All right, sounds like it's connected. Yep, battery on. Available. Yeah, why is that moving? That is really weird. Wonder if I have a button set for that. Hey, you don't have this problem with X-Plane. All right, let's load in again. Try this again. 17 minutes in, still haven't even started the airplane yet. I mean, good job, Microsoft. Good job, Microsoft. I swear I didn't hear that clicking until like now. And I was in the airplane for a little bit earlier today. I'm sorry, yesterday. So far, the motherfucker is not moving. All right, let's try this again. Let's put the lights on outside. Let's get the GPU connected again. I don't have anything programmed though. That's the thing. Like, I don't have anything programmed for the trim. That's just weird that that's happening. Okay. I think we're okay. All right, very good. Trim's good. All right, very good. Now that that's all connected, let's go up to the test panel. Okay, that's clicked on. Let's do the fire test. That would be over here. APU fire test. All right, now the APU may be started. So let's see here, rotate the starter knob. You know what? I'm gonna wait until maybe we're yeah, I'll put it on now. Oh, that's not the APU. Okay. All right, APU is started. While that's starting up, let's get our flight plan pulled in and get GSX working for our fuel. Before I do that, let me make sure that we have that we're in kilograms. We should. Oh, that's right. That's on this page here. Okay, we're in kilograms. All right, preload. That. All right, import. All right, starting fueling. All right, APU is now available. We'll leave ground mode connected for now. Let's get the IRS system updated here. Let's go ahead and do that. I believe that's up above. Yep. All right, those are now aligning. Let's go ahead and initialize our airplane. We're going to put in our flight number. We have 3369. We have LSMT, the LOWI. I believe that's the correct flight plan. We're going to check that out here in a minute. All right, we have Align IRS. Come up here as well. There's our position. Let's input this in here. So we have north 43350. Actually, no, we might not have to do that. Let me see here. It doesn't say nav ready yet. Let me try plugging that in real quick. So we have north 43350 and east 003577. All right, so we have to do 76. So let's do that. All right, now we have 76 down here as well. So let's go ahead and do north 43350. Thought there would have been fuel guide loading up already, but maybe not. All right, and then we have east 003576. Excellent. So we are all loaded there. Fueling is almost done. We'll wait until that says nav ready. All right, pre-flight checks. With the alignment in progress, return to the overhead panel, set the emergency lights to arm. Switch on nav logo lights. Let's double check the oxygen system on both sides. Alright, that works. Refueling is almost done. Alright, that works on the test section of the overhead panel. Perform a smoke test by pressing the smoke button. Alright, that's all good. Let's do anti-skid test. Alright, and ground proximity warning.
Glide slope. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
Alright. Warning system. Test. Okay, everything's looking good. Okay. Alright, I guess that goes out on its own. Then we have, let's see here, put on the flight recorder system. Here, where is that button at? Alright, where is... Alright, that's all done. I thought it would have been up there under the cockpit. On the ground proximity, under the ground proximity warning panel, right here. Alright, let's get that turned on. Okay, let's see here, perform a test on the ground, on the cockpit voice recorder. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, those should be okay now. Brief. Let me just check our flight plan here. Let me get, let's see here, where's a briefing plan? Alright, so we have hopefully runway 30 right. Okay, we have 30 right. And then we are looking at the... can't say it. I can't say the word. Alright, NG8. And, yep. Alright, so we got that. Let's insert you in there. And then after NG, we should have Retino. Let's check our charts real quick. And just take a look at the takeoff chart here. Alright, refueling has been complete. Let's load our passengers. Board using GL6. We'll do realistic. Hang on. Let's see what GSX does here. Yo, that's pretty cool. Alright, use the stairs. We'll do have a partner. Alright, request boarding.
Requested.
There we go. Excellent. So that's all doing its thing. Let me look at the chart now for our departure here. All right.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Wow, that is really big. Turning the music down a little bit.
Departure check completed. Bypass being inserted.
Excellent. I hope this is not all for naught. Like, I really hope that we can deactivate the pushback cart. All right, we'll put on this one here for taxiing, and then we have N8, NR. Let me see here. Let me just see what chart we have. So it's 10-3C. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. So after NG, we can get rid of that. Okay. I would just wanted to see what our next step was, because it has a waypoint in here that we don't have. So after we get past NG, we have Retino, so let's get rid of that NG. Okay, and now let's clear out this discontinuity. Okay, after Retino, we have SCS, then Hunsa, then Uvula, then Sudex, then Lism, Incel, Nanit, and then LOWI. All right, let's get... I just saw a thing for procedural turn. Hang on a second here. Look at that! That's pretty cool. Procedural turn. That's cool. All right, star. So we have Nanit 2A. And we are doing localizer for 26.
Passengers bus is coming.
Okay, insert. And that should be good now. Excellent. Okay.
Welcome on board our air. If there is anything that we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let one of our flight attendants
That's
know,
nice.
and they will be happy to help. We kindly ask you to remain seated with your seatbelt fastened whilst the remainder of the passengers will...
All right, let's get the smoking signs on. Do we have radios on yet? Oh, we do have radios. Okay, let me get ATIS going here. Hang on a second here. All right, so ATIS is 124.3.
Starting.
At 7. Have okay. Temperature 30, 2.17. UNH1019 Earth. Transition level 60. Caution bird activity. Localizer may be unreliable. Monitor closely during approach. Advise on initial contact you have information kilo.
Information kilo. Okay, let me go to clearance.
Information kilo. 2230.
So I guess we'll do ground 121.995.
30.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369. Requesting the ground frequency.
Let's see here. Where are we at? Montpellier, Tyrolean 3369 requesting IFR clearance to LOWI, Innsbruck. We have information kilo. Good morning.
You are on ground frequency.
Okay, no smoking sign on. Seatbelt signs are off for now.
Also, I try to brief file call sign.
Not sure why that's acting up that way.
I am falling back on the default. Clear to Innsbruck via the NG8R departure. Runway 30 right. Initial climb 3000. Departure on 127. Decimal 28. Squawk 4361.
Copy that. Cleared to Innsbruck via the NG8 Romeo departure. Runway 30 right. Initial climb 3000. Squawk 4361. And departure on 127.28. Tyrolean 3369er.
Boarding pass, please.
All right, so that's all done. Let's get all of our screens turned on here.
Hello.
See if we really are, oh, we really are aligned. That's good. I was hoping that it would work. I was hoping that our system would be aligned. Very cool. Man, this is such an awesome airplane.
This way.
All right, I think the switch for the screens is back here, I think.
Welcome on board.
All right, let me turn on these other screens first.
Good morning.
Morning. All right, those screens.
Welcome on board. Hello.
Those are lights. These are all lights as well. That's the altimeter. Oh, right here.
Boarding is complete.
All right, let's get the pressurization set. What are we climbing up to again today? Let's see here. We are climbing up to 34,000 feet. All right, let's get performance done here. Okay, import aircraft, import sim brief, import live weather, calculate, okay, export weights, export speeds, and export toga flex. All right, let's just see here. So we should have takeoff. Ah, it's excellent. My goodness, that is beautiful. Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful, man. That's awesome. Wow, that is cool. All right, let's see here. Let's set our pressurization. Actually, let's do this here. So we have flaps. What's our flaps here? Okay, takeoff. 1.9 on the trim. Flex toga. Okay, so flex is 50%. Oh, flaps are 0. Oh, that's interesting. Hang on. Let's put some flaps in here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's just do that. So let's just export everything again. All right, we'll set the flex toga speed here momentarily. So we can say clear here. Excellent, that's all done. We can reset our EPR here in a moment. So here's our V speeds. That's now programmed. Let's get this set here. Let's get the pressurization set. altitude, we'll say it's 5,000 for now. All right, probe heat panel, set both windows on. Window left, window right are on. Let's turn on constraints and traffic. We'll say our decision height will be oh, we can't do a minus sign like we used to be able to. But there we go, we can do minus. So we'll say -5. I don't know why we do that. There was a guy I met online a while back who, he was an Airbus pilot. Oh, that's flight path angle, I don't want that. There we go. Okay, we can't set that. Oh, that's interesting. We can do flight path angle on this airplane. That's cool. All right, let's just get rid of that. I like that. Flight path angle comes in handy. That's for sure. Actually, the pressure right now is 1019. Let's get that set. Go to 1020. Oh, that's cool. They're both set. Okay. So moving across the panels. In the altitude window, let's set our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet. All right, pressure is set. Lights are all good. Let's move this switch to bright here. Okay, the flaps are in. Okay, now let's do, okay, so we have flex here. Our flex temperature right now is 50. Oh, they have it set correctly. All right, so 50 is good. Transponder, okay, that's fine. EPR. Hang on. I thought there was a way to change the EPR here. Oh, that's manual EPR. And then, oh, okay, so it sets it automatically then. Okay, well, that's cool. All right, weather we don't need to worry about just yet. We can leave that off. All right, before engine start on the overhead panel, switch on the seatbelt sign now. Let's turn all the fuel pumps on. Turn on all the window heats and shit. Alright, flight door lock. Let's see here. Flight door should be on the pedestal here somewhere. Click on the cockpit door. All right, cockpit door is closed. Now, where is that blasted thermoflange? Here we go, not locked. Confirm that the not locked is extinguished. All right, now it's locked. And we are actually ready for pushback now. Let's get clearance for pushback. Montpellier ground, TheRelaxedMovement F70 3369, requesting push and engine start. Yo, what's up, Scalebait?
Push and start.
Yeah, we got Taylor Swift to her destination. Just barely. Just barely. Alright, which way do we need to go here? Hang on. Oh, we don't need to push it off. Well, we'll use it a little bit, I guess. All right, hopefully GSX doesn't screw us up here. Last time I tried to use them, I couldn't get the tug to disconnect.
Locking gear.
Oh, you know, maybe I didn't pay the invoice last time. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Maybe that's why. I like that GSX is now on this menu now. That's pretty dope. I like that. All right, should I pay my fee? Oh, okay. Oh, cameras. Hang on. Push back straight manual. Okay, yeah, let's just do that.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brake is released. All right, we'll pay our bill afterwards. Now there is a pushback thing in here as well. We're not using that.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check.
Yeah, we're going to use the one from GSX here. Oh, we still got chocks connected. Shit. No wonder they can't push us back.
Commencing push.
There we go.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Let's see here. Connect button.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our aircraft. Your comfort and safety is our highest priority, so we kindly request that you remove all headset
Actually, let's go back and listen to our lady talk.
to your nearest flight attendant during this safety demonstration. Ensure your seatbelt is securely fastened at this time. To fasten, insert the metal
I don't think I
tape into
turned
the
the
buckle
passengers
and pull
on
the
for
strap to tighten. To release,
for reasons
lift the
for
top of
the
buckle.
like to try to make everything
We
run
recommend
smoother.
keeping your seatbelt fastened at all times when seated.
I don't really
even
want to
when the
talk because she's
seatbelt
talking.
sign is off. This aircraft has a number of emergency exits. The cabin.
Boy, that is, they are hugging the hell out of my nose. Look at that.
Hold the
Set
vest
parking
over your
brakes.
head, fasten the straps around your waist, and pull to tighten.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine
Inflate the
start.
vest by pulling the red tabs, or for additional inflation, blow into the mouthpiece. Do not inflate your vest until
Cockpit
you
to
are
ground.
outside the aircraft.
Engine's not started yet. I'll call you back
In
later.
the event of low cabin
H1019er.
pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above your seat.
All right, I think we're okay.
Pull the mask down firmly to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose
Oh, good.
and mouth and breathe normally. Be sure to secure your own
Locking gear.
mask before assisting others.
All right, let me pay the.
This is a non-smoking
Never
flight.
mind.
Smoking is strictly prohibited at all times, and smoke detectors
That's what I
are
wanted to see,
fitted
the
throughout
cameras.
aircraft, including the lavatories.
Oh
In
wow,
the
look at that.
unlikely event
That's
of
cool.
an emergency landing, you may be instructed to adopt the brace position.
Boy, it's moving this time. Last time it didn't
Then
move out of the
forward.
way. That's awesome
Place
that
your
it's
head
finally
down
working.
And wrap your arms around your knees or place your hands on
Wrap
top
your
of
arms
head.
around my penis.
Keep your feet flat on the floor. Please ensure all personal handheld electronic
Yeah,
devices
let's
are
fucking
set to
go,
airplane
dude. That's
mode
cool.
Or are turned off for takeoff. Large devices such as laptops must be stowed in the overhead bins
Tow
or
track
under the
disconnected.
seat in
Bypass
front
pin
of you.
removed.
A safety card
Excellent.
is located in the seat
Left is
pocket
clear.
in
Right
front
is
of you.
clear.
It contains
That's
important
cool.
information about this aircraft and the location
All right,
and
now can I go
operation of
back?
safety equipment. At this time, please ensure
do I
your
go
seat
back?
backs and tray tables are in their fully upright
There we go.
position.
Return to normal
Your
view.
seatbelt is fastened,
All right, now.
and all carry-on items
Okay.
are
Let me see if I can
properly
pay this bill now here.
stowed. Thank you for your attention. We hope you have a great
All right,
flight.
handler script administration. All right, clean up invoices. Holy shit. All right, all invoices. No, I don't want to. No, I want to pay them. Here we go. 6-1. Okay, well, maybe I don't need to pay the invoice then. Maybe I already paid it. All right, who gives a fuck? Let's get out of here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted here. Okay, let's get the engine started up here. Let's push this on. Let's do number 2. Or number 1. My bad. All right, once N2 gets to 15%, we can then flip on the fuel.
Cabin is secured.
Thanks, honey. All right, engines are turning on. Man, it's all right, you know. You don't have to be here like every time I stream, man. I get it. It's all good. You're here now. That's what matters. This wasn't the same without you, buddy. All right, I hope the filter is set to where it's not going to blow people's eardrums out. It was really loud in the cabin before. All right, let's start engine number 2. And then once N2 gets to 15%, we will throw on the fuel again. All right, fuel on. Put the traffic one above. All right, after both engines get turned on, we will get the APU, turn off the APU. Then after the APU, we will get our trim set, which is pretty easy to do on this airplane. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and turn off, turn this off. Make sure our generators, yeah, generator has power. Okay. So now let's turn off the APU. Go ahead and set our trim, which we can do from over here. Go to aircraft and then just click on this. That'll set our center of gravity. Let me get the page here that I uploaded. Takeoff. All right, now we can put our taxi lights on. So we have, let's see here, both engines switch on to taxi light, which I thought I activated the taxi light. Oh yeah, here we go, okay. All right, so there's our taxi light. No, that's not the light that I want. Hang on, hang on a second here. I could have sworn I had another light switch that I put in here. Yeah, it didn't save. See, that's one thing I hope they fix. We can't do state saving, and that's one of the things I like the most about these airplanes is that state saving will let you, however you leave the aircraft, is how how it'll be when you come back to the aircraft. I like that. Yeah, I like leaving it and then coming back to it a certain way. All right, now we should have a taxi light. Yeah, there we go. Now we have a separate taxi light. Okay. All right, so taxi lights are on during taxi. Okay. Handles the interphone. Okay, that's fine. On the FMP, arm ATS nav and profile. We'll arm the lip dumpers. All right, let's taxi out. Oh, we need to get clearance for taxi. Mount Helier, Tyrolean 3369 requesting taxi to runway 30 right.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369 at runway 30 right, taxi via Mike Tango Tango 1.
Copy that. Runway 30 right via Mike Tango Tango 1. Tango Yankee Robert 3369er. Should say Tyrolean, but that's all right. I didn't program say intentions, I guess, properly. Well, I did program it. It's just it didn't decipher TYR for some reason. I thought I needed to... Oh, yeah, that's right. Gust lock I'll take off later. Okay. Let's release the parking brake. Oh, yeah, before we move, that's right. I wanted to make it darker outside. Hang on a second. I want to see how this thing looks at nighttime or early morning. Now, I hand-built this route just to fly over the Alps. So, all right, so that looks pretty good. Let me play with some lights here real quick. Hang on. Let's turn all these lights down and just see what does what. All right, that does that one. Okay, that does digits there. So this one must do the digits on his side. Okay, that does that gauges. This is okay. That's good. And then what does this one do here? Okay, so that's the backlight for that. And this is the desk floodlight. All right, we can turn that floodlight off. Really sure what light switch that does. I'd have to turn on the words to see for sure. All right, well, let's turn on those lights, and then let's turn on glare shield lights. I wonder, does that one do the up top? Hang on. Okay, that does the upstairs. All right, so this is the upstairs light here. All right, excellent. Let's get out of here. All right, so far the filter's holding okay. Actually, let me move it down just a little bit. I don't have any of the new filters on right now. I just still have the old ones. I'm probably going to have to switch that up once we get in the air. We can kind of hear the humming of the engines, which is pretty cool.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
All right, I'm going to give our co-pilot the comms here in a moment.
Cabin is secured.
All right, let's arm. All right, let's arm our auto throttle. Come on, bitch. There we go. All right, auto throttle, and then we have nav and profile. Oh, wrong button. We have to arm auto throttle. Okay. All right, let's arm the lift dumpers on our pedestal here. And then once we get up, we will up closer to the runway. We'll take off the gust locks. Set our parking brake for RTO. Hey, we still have to put our flaps down too. I forget what airplane I bought recently over the last few months where it might be the TriStar. I think the TriStar is the one that has where you can set like your own flaps. It's called flaps, dial a flap, I think is what it's called. I think that's what it's called. All right, let me make sure we got live weather on, which we should. Excellent. All right, wipers are good. All right, on the pedestal. Okay, let's do takeoff configuration and see. It might beep because we have the gust lock on still. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, gust lock control. We'll remove that in a moment. Actually, let me play with some filters real quick. All right. Yeah. We'll leave these filters off. Right now, it sounds better without it. All right, let's hold short, and before we call them, we're gonna get everything else set up here. Okay. That's gonna put the parking brake back on. Anti-skid is on. Let's take off the lift dumper and then try our takeoff configuration again. Excellent. All right, takeoff configuration is good. Let's get the rest of our lights set up here. So we have strobe lights on, beacon light on. All of our lights are on. And I think that's ready for takeoff. During climb mode, press the all attend button and climb. Okay, we're ready to roll. Let's all right, ground is 121995 or 955. Uh, 121. I'm going to give comms to our co-pilot during takeoff. Okay. Montpellier ground, Tyrolean 3369er, holding short, runway 30 right, ready for departure.
Tyrolean Montpellier ground, contact tower on 118, decimal 05.
Okay, now I wonder if I can just click on swap and it'll do it. Let's fucking go! Yeah! I love that. Yeah, I like when stuff works properly. Montpellier Tower, Tyrolean 3369er, requesting departure clearance. We are holding short, runway 30 right.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369, runway 30 right, wind 310 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
All right, level change, prop, flight plan. It's possible to clear a waypoint if prof mode is engaged. Once the aircraft has passed its final waypoint, alternatively, where is this page at that I am looking at? Oh, okay, it's just that page, lateral revision page. Okay. All right, let's close this. Let me just pull up say intentions real quick here on my computer. Let's give comms to our co-pilot. All right, that's what that dinging noise just was. And then let me start recording of, and I guess I'll record here as well too. All right, let's go. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure. All right, let's go. And I am so excited about this airplane. I am like giddy, like a little school kid right now. Like I've been waiting so long for a new Fokker to come out.
Approaching runway 30 right.
Fokker makes some good airplanes, man. The F27, the F28. It is expensive, yeah, I'll give you that. For me, I think it'll be worth it when they turn state saving on, I believe. Once they activate state saving as an option for us, I think it'll be worth the money. But yeah, it is a lot of money. It is. And you know what, though? One thing I don't know if I like or not. Let me see if the circuits work. Because that's one thing I like about these airplanes. Is,
right, remaining. 8.
Yeah, see, they don't. So maybe it is a little expensive for what you get, because you can't even operate. Can we operate any of the stuff back here? No. And then what about our display here? Hang on a second. This should turn on. All right, system test, system status. All right, this will give us error messages if we have any. Yeah, it's a little expensive, I think. I tell you, the one plane that I bought recently that I really don't think is worth the money is the Falcon 50. I said it. I don't think Contrail should be making airplanes. That airplane is shitty compared to a lot of the other airplanes that I've flown recently. I don't know. This is my first flight with the airplane. We're getting ready to find out, buddy. We're going to take off right now. Now, if the volume is fucked up, I'll fix it after we take off.
Thrust set.
All right.
80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up.
All right, landing gear up. Well, that's cool. It turns purple.
Flaps up.
All right, flaps up. Let's make our turn.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369 and contact Montpellier departure on 127.28.
Climb thrust.
Alright, climb thrust set.
Tango Yankee Romeo.
So far, it's a nice airplane so far. It handles nice.
Montpellier departure. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369.
One thing I do want to do, I want to go into dev mode. Maybe I'll do that later tonight. I want to go into dev mode and get the variables.
Montpellier departure identified. Climb flight level 110, direct Mike Tango 136.
Hang on. Let me get the autopilot on, then I'll start talking. No, I don't think the Falcon is that bad. I just was expecting more.
Level 110 direct, MT136.
Like, I expect every airplane that's like $40 or more to really be like a really good airplane, and I just... Yeah, the engines, for me, they turned on way too quickly. Like, there's a few things I don't like about the airplane. I just, like, if it was a $30 airplane, maybe I would feel differently about it. But being like a $40 airplane, I don't know. Maybe I just expected more than what it was capable of doing. All right, autopilot on. It's not a bad airplane, though. I really shouldn't say it's a bad airplane. It's just... I was expecting more. All right, let me look at something here. I should have the climb page on here, at least. All right, climb specs. All right, so far so good. We're in climb mode. Let's put this in TARA. All right, let me check the sound out. All right, sound's doing okay. All right, and we are good. I don't know what the transition level is here. Let me see here. 5,000. All right, so let's go ahead and go standard pressure. That is right here. And we can turn off the lights here. I think my favorite plane so far that I bought like in the last week, I would say my favorite plane is that new Embraer Bandeirante, I think is what it's called, the Bandeirante. That thing is really cool. A really cool airplane. All right, with the aircraft and steady climb, press the all attend button.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369, climb flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt signs. You are now free to roam about the cabin. However, for your comfort and safety of those around you...
All right, we're on our Alpine excursion. That's right, we have dual cabin crews here. Boy, this is a great little airplane, man. I thought the F28 was really good. So far, this thing is... I don't want to say it's better, but I'm enjoying this airplane so far. All right, now that hissing noise we're hearing, that shh, I'm going to try to get rid of that. So just bear with me a moment. I need to play with some filters here and just see if I can get rid of it. It's going to sound like a dial-up modem here in a moment. Oh, you guys can't hear it. Oh, wow, there's a big frequency boost at 2,500 hertz. Holy shit. A big one there and one at like 10,000. Okay, so maybe it's the one that's 2,300 is the one that's giving us all the hissing noise. All right, let's do real EQ. And let's see here for number 1. All right, that's a little better with the hissing noise. Let's turn this band off. Let's turn number 5 off.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369, contact Marseille control on 123.9.
Contact Requesting Marseille control on 123.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to play with this one day. I'm going to leave it off, I
Romeo,
guess, for now.
3369. Marseille control, Tango Yankee Romeo.
I thought we had headphone modes in here.
Good morning. Climbing to flight level 160 for flight level 190.
Maybe not. I have to get on AI and see what they recommend for the filters. For the Reaper filters that we use.
Marseille control identified. Bon dia. Climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280.
Climbing flight level 280. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369.
All right, we're at 19,000 feet. Good little airplane. Yeah, I mean, so far, I think this airplane is worth it. I do. I really do. I like this airplane a lot. All right, we can turn off constraints, and let's turn on airport, just in case we have to turn around. Or we blow out an engine or something and we need to go back. Okay, we can get rid of that message there. Maybe not. Thought that would have gotten rid of it. Oh well. At least it doesn't say that I hit the bottom of the airplane. Yeah, it's a dope little airplane. Yeah, no, you know, maybe after I spend some more time in the Falcon, I'll have a different opinion on it. But right now, I just, for 40 bucks, I expected a lot more. Now, Contrail has not really been known to make overly difficult airplanes. Like, it's a decent airplane as far as like the liveries you get. I like the navigation system in it. I like the tablet. You know, I like a lot of things about the Falcon. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too critical. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving an opinion without spending more time in the airplane. I don't know. I was so hyped up for that Falcon for so long. That's the one airplane I was hoping would come out for years now. Like, I've been waiting for a Falcon to come out, and it came out, and I wasn't like, I don't know, I wasn't blown away. Maybe because I wasn't blown away. Maybe that's why I feel the way I do. I don't know. All right, I'm going to take over the comms again. All right, my control. Like, oh shit. Yo, that's dope as hell. I don't know if you guys can see. Hang on, let me see if I can show this to you guys. A lot of times this display doesn't show up. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let me see, does it show up? Ah, it does. Yeah, look at this. So this is the widget that comes with Say Intentions. So, I mean, you guys have seen this before, you know. But they have this new thing now, this flight board. Look at this thing. This thing is cool. That is cool. All right, let's put in our arrival. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to look up, but I'm not in dev mode. Shit. So, Say Intentions, they have these checklists that you can create. You can create your own checklist, or you can just upload a PDF. But with these checklists, you can actually instruct the co-pilot.
Climb flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Tyrolean 3369er. All right, I might have to increase our power a little bit. Let me see what our... Yeah, we're only climbing at like 1,000. You know what? Hang on a second. Before I increase power, let me see. So I thought 1,000 was where we really needed to be. Let me see here. With prop mode. Okay, when prop mode is not used, maximum climb gradient is green dot speed. All right, we're doing okay. Yeah, I had one more sheet that I wanted to, that I attached, but it's not, for some reason it didn't keep it. All right, after takeoff. All right, so all that looks good. But yeah, you can go into the variable system and find out what the variable code is. I'll show you guys before I end the stream tonight. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about for those of you that'll still be with me at the end. All right, now when we get to cruising altitude, I just want to see if Dark Side Phil is on again, because he was playing Dark Souls, and he is fucking terrible. So I just wanted to see if he's still making a fool of himself. But all right, we'll put this dude on plan. Yeah, I guess there's no way to get that cleared out. It's a shame. All right, we can turn the floodlights off. Things are looking okay. We're at our maximum EPR, maximum exhaust pressure. We're almost at 34,000 feet. Oh, look at that. It reflects off the... That's cool. Look at that. It reflects off the top here. That's pretty cool. We are on our way. I'll have to check and see if that tail number is because I put it on there, or if that's actually the one that comes with the airplane. Because I chose the thumbnail picture I put up. I used that tail number for this flight. Oh yeah, you know, I never turned on weather. Shit. Not that it matters now, but I might as well turn it on. All right, we are at cruising altitude. Let me see what our cruising check says here. All right, so upon reaching cruising altitude, cost index, okay, Mach 6.9 is a good balance for speed and fuel. So let's see here, what's our speed going to be here? Let's see here. Let's all right, they have 0.73. Let's see here. Where can I do... All right, somebody is saying something. I don't think that was Say Intentions. Say Intentions has been really strange lately. Like the volume is not has not been very consistent. You know, I'll set the volume for one level, and then it'll be really quiet, and then all of a sudden it'll just get really loud out of nowhere, and then I wind up lowering it down again. Let me just turn the comms back up a little bit. Turn them back up to 30%. All right, those are back up to 30. Okay, so that's what she was... Oh, she was talking to the cabin. Okay. All right, well, we are cruising here. We're at 0.73. I kind of want to be at 0.69. Let me see if we can change this here. So let's see here. On the FMS, push the program key. Then we want to do 0.69. Cruise speed can be changed on the mode page. All right, attack mode. Turbulence speed. Okay, on the lower, okay, the aircraft's cruise speed is predominantly dependent on the cost index that was entered. Cruise speed can be changed on the mode and tack mode pages of the FMS. The former is used to change the cost index for all flight phases. Right, okay, so let's go here then. All right, mode, and then tack mode. Oh, here we go. Maybe I need to put the speed in here. Let's try that. Let's try 0.69. Yeah, see, that's climb mode. That doesn't show us in the cruise phase. Economy cruise. That's not what I want. All right, I'm wondering if oh, hang on a second. Let's put this in cruise here. Now I wonder if it'll show us. Oh, that's climb. That's climb again. Lateral revision. Yeah, that's very strange. Ah, here we go. Let's put in 0.69. Function is not allowed. Let's see here. I wonder if I can change it on here. Let's go. Let's click on this button here. Yeah, here we go. Vertical speed. All right, now we should be able to change this now. 69. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what happens once we get the SCS. Let's see if it switches. That'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, wind is 155, 23 knots. Here's our track and our ground speed. Let's put this on below. Very cool. All right, let me see if Bill is still on. I don't think he is. Nah, he's over. All right, that's all right. I was hoping.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369, traffic at your 12 o'clock 5 miles. Same altitude, A330.
What do you say? Copy that. A330 is traffic. Early in 3369. Oh, I never turned off the seatbelt signs. Oh yeah, I did. Alright, smoke them if you got them. Let's see here. Anything else we can take a look at here? Guess we can get our charts. One thing I wish that would be nice if they would put our route on here, since this is tied into the Navigraph here. All right, let's get our charts for landing. All right, search, arrival. Okay, and we have, let's see here, what's our chart number for arrival? So we're planning on 10-2 and 10-2A, I believe. Yep. Should be both of these. Yep. Nope, that's not the right one. Let's see what it says on this chart here. Okay, it does say 10-2. Alright, so we don't need 10-2A then. So this is the correct one. Alright, let me get the localizer one as well. Localizer R, we'll get that. And then we'll set 10-9. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. This should be our airport info. Yeah, 10-9 is always, like every chart from Jeppesen, it's always like an overview of the airport. All right, so now we have our charts here. Excellent. Let's oh yeah, they have another map here. Let's see what this looks like.
We have a disturbance in the cabin. It appears that two passengers became agitated over a seating disagreement, which escalated into a physical altercation.
Oh no.
I am currently assessing the situation and ensuring the safety of all passengers. I will report back shortly with more details.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, I think we have an air marshal on here. You know who he is. If something else happens, maybe he can help out. Let me know if we need to divert. But right now, we're just going to continue our flight. Thanks for the update.
Copy, Captain. I will keep an eye on the cabin and will inform you if anything escalates. Thank you for the update.
Yeah, you see, like, there's supposed to be more pages in this, and I don't know. Oh, it only has room for. That's so gay. That's so gay. It only has room for 8 pages. That's why it can't. Fuck, man, that sucks. I thought you could like put unlimited pages. I had like 4 pages that I uploaded. All right, we're getting ready to hit Sus here in about 20 miles. So we'll see what happens there. If we're gonna go down in speed. Now somewhere coming up we have to Oh, what's that button down there? What you do, boy? Oh, side panel lights. That's cool.
Romeo 3369er, contact Marseille Control on
Would you like anything to drink or
1.705.
smoothies?
I'll take a lemon lime Gatorade and Francis, or Francois, I think his name is. I think he said he wanted some iced tea. Not iced tea, I'm sorry, hot tea. Sorry. Oh, you're the I'm sorry, air traffic control. I thought I was talking to our cabin crew. Sorry about that. Tyrolean 3369. Oops, my bad. Yeah, I'll take a lemon lime Gatorade, and our co-pilot will take a hot tea.
3369er, there again.
Understood, Captain. I will bring a lemon lime Gatorade for you and a hot tea for the co-pilot now.
All right, let's contact, what is it, Marseille Control? Yeah, Marseille Control, okay. Is that ground or Marseille Control? Hang on. Yeah, Marseille Control, okay. Marseille Control, Tyrolean 3369er, with you, flight level 340. Oh, we still have taxi lights on. What?
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Marseille Control, good morning.
Alright, very good. So that's all done. Yeah, I could have sworn we had a headphone mode on here. Now this I like. This, it has the roof. That's cool. I like that. Alright, now we did have to go down to 33,000 feet at some point. Let's see where we have to... So after Uvula, we got to go down to 33,000 feet. And we have our METARs. But yeah, I don't know why state saving is not available right now. That really bothers me. That bothers me. Alright, let me turn off GSX handling. Oh, that looks fine.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Milan radar on 132.705.
Contact Milan radar 132.705, Tyrolean 3369er. I just heard the engines kick back. Did it go to 69? Let's fucking go! That's awesome.
Captain, here is your lemon lime Gatorade and the hot tea for the co-pilot.
That's awesome. Milan radar, good morning. Tyrolean 3369er with you, flight level 340.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Milan radar, good morning.
Alright, well let's get rid of that speed and we'll go back to 0.73. Alright, there we go. Huh. This didn't change. That's interesting. I wonder why that doesn't... So I guess this doesn't change with the rest of the systems. Yeah. Fair enough. Alright, let's take a look at... let's see here. So our target altitude... Airport charts. Target altitude, let's say, is 9,500 feet. So let's put that in there for top of descent. Okay, 9,500 feet. 3% glide slope, so we need about 77 miles to descend. Performance. Great. I mean, this is cool, man. Look at the I like that it has the info here. Cost index, your fuel weight. That is really cool. That's something new. You don't really see that on these systems. That's pretty cool. I like that. All right, aircraft weight, runway 26. report live weather, and calculate. Okay, so V approach 119. Flaps full. All right, very cool. Very nice. I like it. There's the Alps. I like to imagine that this airplane flew this kind of flight in real life. From what I gathered, reading about the F100 and the F70, is that Innsbruck was a big hub for Tyrolean.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Alps radar Geneva Center on 119.175.
Contact Alps radar Geneva Center 119.175, Tyrolean 3369er. Geneva Center, Tyrolean 3369er with you, flight level 340.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Alps radar Geneva Center, good morning.
Wind correction, let's put a 5 there. Flaps 42. Flap retraction speed. That's interesting. Find waypoints, close airports. Very cool. Descent forecast. All right, let's plug this in since we don't have it here. Get our briefing plan up. This is also on the tablet too. This
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Swiss radar on 133.05.
contact Swiss radar 133.05, Tyrolean 3369er. Swap the comm over. Should be good now. Yep. Swiss radar, good morning. Tyrolean 3369er with you. Flight level 340. Okay. So for descent.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Swiss radar identified. Good morning.
So let's do 20,000 feet. All right, maybe we got to do FL200. Oh, we got to do the whole thing at one time. That's right. All right, 354 by 0. Okay, then flight level 150 223001. There we go. And we have flight level 100 164 by 004. Damn, it's 8 o'clock already? No, it's not. Yes, it is! Motherfucker, that's crazy. It's gonna be so hot this week in Maryland. Oh my God. And I got no air conditioning in my car. Oh, Lord help me. Lord help me, Jesus. I might be getting a new car. Like,
Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Milan Center on 121.14.
I might be getting a new car here pretty soon, so I really hope I do. All right, 260 by 4 knots is LOWI. Let's just put that in there, and then we'll contact the radar. We may update this again before we begin our descent. Contact Milan Center 121.14, Tyrolean 3369er. Milan Center, good morning. Tyrolean 3369er with you, flight level 340.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Milan Center identified. Good morning.
I love flying over mountains. Man, if I told you, if I ever hit the Mega Millions or the Powerball, or somehow become rich one day, which probably will never happen, I think I missed my chance of becoming rich. To be honest, I should have moved to Los Angeles when I was like 21, 22 years old. I probably would be on tour right now playing drums somewhere if I did that. Unfortunately, I listened to my dick back then instead of my head. I listened to my penis. My penis said, "You need to stay here for this girl," and then things didn't work out, and voila. No, but I always wanted to have a house built into like a mountain, and I wanted to have kind of like a bat cave where like you pull a book and like the bookshelf opens up, and then you can like walk down into like a dungeon area where like I'd have like an indoor swimming pool and like a huge like flight simulator set up for like I want an Airbus and a Boeing cockpit set up, and then one for like general aviation, a recording studio. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably spend about 10 million on a house, 15 million easy. Shit, if you get 300 million after taxes, man, I mean, that's more money than I could ever spend in my lifetime. You know how many crickets I could buy? I could make all kinds of cricket steaks. Oh, you know what we could do, actually? We could look at X right now. Let's see what's good on X today. Give me a second, let me get this pulled up here. Yeah, X has some wild shit on here lately. Ah, here we go. Epidemic against white girls. But she's white. Hang on a second. Oh my god! World Star! World Star! That shit is crazy. I don't think that's real, actually. I think that's all made up. Like, I'm not saying it's AI, but like, yeah, see, they don't really hit her. Let's see if somebody actually like hits her. Yeah, nah, that's just playing around. Knife-wielding Muslim woman charges the cop, gets dropped in seconds. Wow, Hiba Momtaz Al-Azhari called the police for help, and then suddenly attacks Alps with a huge butcher knife. What in the fuck? This is America. You can't do that shit.
3369er, contact Swiss radar on 133.05.
Like, you see how like loud that was? Like, it shouldn't be that loud. Hang on. I might give the comms back to our co-pilot. This is annoying. Contact Swiss radar 133.05, Tyrolean 3369er. Swiss radar, good morning. Tyrolean 3369er with you. Flight level 340. Let me see when we're... Let me see when we're supposed to switch over to 33,000 feet. So after Uvula, which is coming up in about 45 miles. Okay, so we'll drop down after that. Let me turn the brightness up on this screen a little bit. Excellent. All right, so that's doing its thing. All right, let's go back. Okay, an American Patriot. Islamic chanting in Walmart. Yeah, you can't be chanting in Walmart, man. That's fake news. 6 dead in Germany, mass shooting. Wow, 45-year-old Turkish descent opens fire at a facility for pregnant women and young mothers near Hamburg. Wow. What is wrong with people nowadays, man? Everybody's so violent nowadays. Another city falls. Downtown Chicago seized for Islam. Oh, yeah. This is going on all over America right now. America is done with.
Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Alps radar
America will never be the same again. America is gone. They imported so many people into our country that hate America that America will never... Yeah, America's finished. All right, let's see here. Oh, I got to contact... hang on a second. Using a combination of left and... Okay, here's the sun. Okay. Let's, let me get that switched up here. Contact Alps radar, Zurich Center 119er, decimal 225, Tyrolean 3369. I'm gonna have to get up here in a second. Alps radar, Zurich Center, Tyrolean 3369er, with you, flight level 340. Let me get the Comstar co-pilot. I gotta get up for just a second.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Alps radar, Zurich Center, identified. Good morning.
Okay. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. Mute my microphone. All right, that's better. Let me pause the sim so I can scoot back my seat. Hang on a second. If I scoot it while we're flying, I'm gonna wind up. My belly's gonna hit the yoke, and then we're gonna lose autopilot. So yeah. This is a cool little airplane, man. I'm very happy with this one. This is out of the 3 airplanes I bought this past week. This is my second favorite so far. I gotta say, the Embraer 110 Bandeirante, that's still my favorite. All right, we got 15 miles to Uvula. After that, we're gonna request a descent altitude. I mean, we're gonna request a new altitude of 33,000 feet. But yeah, this is crazy. This shit here going on in Chicago. Yeah, this is happening all over America. Dearborn, Texas. Oh my God, there are so many Muslims in Texas taking over America, and they hate us. They hate everybody. They hate Christians. They hate Jews. They hate America. They hate gay people. They hate dogs. It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, Muslims have set up a command center with weapons, armored vehicles, and training facility. I don't know if that's true. Oh, hey, what's up, hometown? Yeah, what's up, Baltimore? Video of 3 female minors being arrested for vandalizing a Target in Baltimore is going viral. One of them not only cursed out and threatened police officers, but also tried to lunge at the woman filming the incident. Yeah. Oh, wow, they are little kids. Jesus Christ. Yeah, get them out of there. They need to be taught a lesson. Put them in a juvenile hall. Justice for LOWI. 17-year-old who was murdered by a migrant gang. My goodness. All over the place. What is she doing? What in the fuck is she doing? She just out there ripping all the plants out. What in the fuck? Like, why do you get up and you're like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm just gonna rip up all the plants out of this out of the front of this apartment complex. She good at that, man. She would have done good a couple years ago picking stuff. All right, 56-year-old gunman opened fire at World Cup match. Oh man, really? Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow, look at that. That is, wow, look at those, the amount of water there. My goodness. Eh. I don't really care what a woman's face looks like, to be honest. Like, you know. All right, meet Abdul Hamid. He is charged with 3 others over 6 hours. Gang rape of a 17-year-old girl in Sydney. Wow. She's still in a coma 4 months later. God damn, they beat her that bad. She's in a coma. Jesus Christ. Brutally beating a woman in public, kicking and striking until she lost consciousness. No, I don't agree with her taking it into her own hands. You know, an eye for an eye, that doesn't, you want to do that kind of shit, you can go to a third world country. We can't do that in America. You have to respect the rule of law. Yeah, this needs to go away. The epicenter of Islam in America, Texas. Jesus. They're building an entire city with no permits. What? Yeah, they need to fix this shit. Oh yeah. This was one of the big reasons I didn't take the shot. The Fauci ouchie. Oh, never mind. This is a different bitch. Oh, a Muslim man offered her a vodka lemonade. 1 sip later, she was fully paralyzed. Holy shit. Okay, if you're a rapist, a child abuser, a murderer, a terrorist, or a drug dealer, but you're a Muslim and pray, then you're morally superior in the eyes of Allah to an infidel who never committed any crime. Yeah, you can't deal with that. Yeah, here we go, Dearborn, Michigan. Here's her own constituency capture on videotape threatening to overthrow. Right, they want to overthrow the government and make it just like America. I mean, and make it just like everywhere else in Islam. Yes! Save America. That's, I don't know why, I shouldn't say I don't know why. I understand why this is such a bill, such a controversial bill that most of these politicians don't want to pass. I understand why they don't want to do it, but why they don't want to do it is complete nuts. Like, it's the exact opposite of why they're in office. You know, all that we're asking for is when you go to vote, show your ID. You got to show your ID for everything else in this world. All we're asking for is for you to show your ID when you go to vote. How hard is that? But people can't cheat in elections when you have to show ID. That's why they don't want it. Let me contact Milan and request 33,000. Zurich Center, Tyrolean 3369er, requesting a new cruising altitude of 330.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, descend flight level 330.
330. All right, so we're in level change. All right, now I hope our esteemed flight attendant does not tell people that we're beginning our descent into Innsbruck, because we're not yet, at least. We're very close. We're close. We don't have too far to go for top of descent.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, descend via Nana 2 Alpha to 10,000 into Innsbruck, QNH 1025.
Copy that. Descend via Nana to Alpha, the 10,000 into Innsbruck, the Tyrolean 3369.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, contact Vienna radar on 118.56.
And I'm getting ready to give the comms to our co-pilot since we're beginning our descent. Contact Vienna radar 118.56. Tyrolean 3369.
Please return to your seats. Stow your tables.
Vienna radar, good morning. Tyrolean 3369er descending to 10,000 feet into Innsbruck.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Vienna radar identified Gruezi.
Okay, let me give control to co-pilot. All right, control's now been given. Oh, well, that's why the music's not playing anymore. I closed it out. All right, let's open it back up. White bat audio. Videos, popular. Okay. So we are descending nicely. We're at 35,000. Oh, I don't want to descend that quick.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, expect a localizer Romeo runway 26 approach into Innsbruck. And have you got information, Romeo? Expecting localizer Romeo runway 26 approach into Innsbruck. Information, Romeo. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our chart. So we have, I know it's offset, which is okay. All right, let's put in 320 for the ADF because we can. Yeah, we'll set up his side for 320. Oops. Let's get this back downstairs. Hello. Come on, click spot. Work with me, baby. There we go.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, sorry about this. There's a laser incident being investigated near final approach. Cleared to RTT, maintain flight level 220, hold northeast as published, expect approach clearance before 0437. We'll get you out of there soon. Cleared to RTT, maintain flight level 220, hold northeast as published, expect approach clearance before 0437. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take care of this here. So we have 111.1 and then 254, is it? Yep. and then 254. Okay. And our descent decision height, we'll say it's 556. Yeah, we'll say 556. Let's get that set up. Get that set up over here as well. Alright, 556. And what did maybe I don't have the right setting here. Oh yeah, I'm on minimum descent altitude. Well, I guess I could put that on this side. Let me see. What does that say here? 2450. See what it looks like. We'll try it. 2450. All right, very good. Now the transition is doesn't say. I'm guessing it's going to be like 6,000 feet. Let's see what it is on the arrival chart. I know that's not the right one to look at, but at least it'll have it on there. It'll have a transition on there at least. No, it doesn't. That's interesting. Alright, it is what it is. Alright, and he said hold northeast. What did he say? Clear to maintain flight level, hold northeast as published. Okay, let me see if it's published anywhere. Oh, okay, right here. So we got to hold RTT. Okay. Well, you know, we can actually program that. Hang on. Let me see what else we have to do for... Okay. On descent, it says push the approach. Continue. Decision height, that's fine. Pressurization. Let's get that set up. Alright, that looks about right. Alright, let's see what it's saying for our landing. What the speed brake should be. Live weather and calculate. Okay, manual, let's see here, medium. Then high. Alright, we'll leave it as medium. That's where I have it now anyways. And we're looking at 1023, supposedly. Alright, so when we get to RTT, I think that's where we're going to hold. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do a holding pattern to RTT. Alright, let's see if we can do this here. So, RTT. Okay, hold. And our inbound course. Let's see here. The inbound course is going to be 224. And we are making right-hand turns. Okay, let's insert that. And let's go back, and then there we go. No, the speed we don't need at 173. Let's see here. Can I change the speed? No, I can't. All right, no worries. That all looks fine. Anything else we need to set up for descent? No, not really. Momentarily pull the altitude knob to arm descent mode. Okay. That's cool. So you can actually pull the knob and that'll put you in descent mode. Alright, that's just like an Airbus. That works. Alright, let me see here. What is the METAR? Refresh this. Okay, we're at 1023. Winds are 180 by 1 knot. So let's get that updated. Alright, what did they say it was? 10 by 180 by 1. Flat retraction speed. Looking at here, landing flaps. Oh yeah, flat retraction speed. Let's see here. All right, there's our holding point. There's really not much else we need to do to get set up for, for approach. We just have to notify the cabin crew, listen to our first officer for different items we need to do, like flaps and stuff like that. And we have to arm the lip bumpers. Alright, and then VREF, let's see here, takeoff and landing data. Okay, flaps 14, flaps 42. There we go. Alright, and we may go into heading mode just in case.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369, contact Innsbruck radar on 128.975.
Let's see what happens with this holding course.
On 128.975. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369.
Slow down to 240.
Innsbruck radar, Tango Yankee Romeo 3369. Good morning at flight level 220.
Alright, we're in heading mode.
Radar identified. Good morning.
Shit, what is the, what's the hold? What's the hold? Let me see here. What am I going outbound to? Oh, 44, okay. All right, 44, and then we do have a clock here. When we go wings level, we'll hit the clock.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Turn left heading 205. Vectors for the localizer Romeo runway 26 approach.
Left heading 205. Vectors for the localizer Romeo runway 26
That's
approach.
not going to work.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
Let me contact them and tell them. Innsbruck, Tyrolean 3369er, we can't comply with your latest request. We are currently at 2,000 feet, and we are in a holding pattern right now. Let us descend down to 10,000 feet, and then we'll continue on our approach. All right, I actually have a chronometer on my yoke here, so I'm just going to use that.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Descend altitude 10,000 feet. Continue holding as published.
Descending to 10,000 feet.
All right, now I should be able to go in descent mode by.
Romeo 3369er.
Oh yeah, no shit, that does do level. Okay, so it's level change. Okay. Oh yeah, hang on, we should have hit the button here.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Speed 200 knots.
200 knots. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
All right, speed set for 220. Currently at 15 seconds right now.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Immediately turn right heading 205.
Turning right, heading 205. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
All right, 205 heading set. Passing 21,000 feet. Guess I can stop the chronometer. Well, I like using the yoke so much more than using the Xbox controller. I really do. I don't know why I'm so lazy about setting this up. There's really not much to do. All I have to do is just plug it in, and that's it. That's really it. I always think it's like such a big deal to set up, but it's really not. But what a beautiful place to live. I love this whole Innsbruck area. I've only been there once, but man, it was such a cool trip. I don't know how to get rid of these messages here, though. I tried clearing it out. That didn't work. All right, once we go wings level, we'll try hitting the button again to time ourselves. All right, let's give it a minute. Where's our airplane at? There's our airplane. Alright, we're probably gonna have to do one more loop on the holding pattern. Maybe not. Are we cleared to continue towards Innsbruck, or should we do one more loop on the holding pattern? We're currently at 15,000 feet. Tyrolean 3369er.
3369er. Descend at your discretion. Continue on arrival. Vectoring you for localizer runway 26. Heading 205 next.
Descending at our discretion. Continuing on
we'll
arrival.
keep on descending.
Vectoring for localizer. Runway 26. Heading 205 next. Tango Yankee Romeo.
I think we'll be okay.
3369er.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. 9 miles from FF26. Turn right heading 220. Descend altitude 9,500 feet until established. Cleared for the localizer Romeo runway 26 approach.
Turning right, heading 220. Descend altitude
All right.
9,500
220
feet
set.
until established. Cleared for the localizer Romeo runway 26 approach. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
Put our landing lights on. Put our seatbelt signs back on. Let the cabin crew know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at our destination. Please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened, your seat back and tray table are in the upright position,
Yep.
and all carry-on items are stowed. We kindly ask that you remain seated until the aircraft has come to a stop at the gate. On behalf of the entire crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us today.
It's a pretty nice
and
message.
We hope to see you on board again soon.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Then we also have to let the girls know from Say Intentions. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing.
Copy, Captain.
Cabin secured for arrival.
We are taking seats now.
All right.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Contact Innsbruck Tower on 120.1.
Contacting Innsbruck Tower on 120.1. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Innsbruck Tower, Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er. Good morning. Established on the localizer runway 26 approach.
Click on nav.
Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er, Innsbruck Tower, runway 26, winds calm, clear to land.
All right, let's set 5,000. And approach. Yeah, let's
Runway 26, wind calm. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
all right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're descending.
beginning our final approach to Innsbruck.
So flaps 1.
Please turn off electronic devices and store them until we arrive.
We are high for where we should be.
Return your tray tables to their upright position and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. The current weather in Innsbruck is calm with a temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Our assigned gate is Terminal 1, Gate 1. Thank you for your
119.
and we look forward to welcoming you to Innsbruck.
Let's arm the lip dumpers. Put ourselves in toga mode. We are very low. I mean, very high for where we should be. Hopefully we don't have to do a go around. All right, landing gear down. I think we're gonna have to do a go around. We should have did one more lap. Yeah, we're only 9 miles out. Tell you what, let me take manual control. 2. All right, we're getting closer. All right, we're back online with back on schedule with our descent profile now. We get this open on here. Flaps full. Oh, I think I see the runway now. Yep. Okay, yep, I see it now. Okay. Very good. I haven't landed here in a while. I wasn't really sure where it was at. I mean, I kind of knew where it was at, but the course is offset by a few degrees. So that 254, I think it was the course. Yeah, that's off by a few degrees. All right, Jonesy, let's do it, baby. Let's try to get this solved and buttery touchdown. Anything that's a 4 or a 5-star, I think is soft and buttery. Now, I've never landed this airplane before, so hopefully it'll go well. Hopefully we don't make a fool of ourselves. I don't think we will, but you never know. Man, these new settings that Say Intentions has recommended are great. The performance has been so good, and I haven't really noticed any difference in quality of visuals. Clouds still look really good. The ground still looks good. All right, let's say we got 2 red and 2 white. That's good. I don't see our wind, so I'm not really sure which direction the wind is coming from, but just try my best to keep it
100 above.
Centered as possible. Golly, that's loud. Say, Just Flight, give us some
Minimum.
options for volume control for the co-pilots and shit. Make that one of the options on the tablet, or like in the settings page of the tablet. That's really loud,
Glide
dude.
slope.
The auto throttle works really well on this airplane. All right, don't be getting sticky, bitch. Don't you drop frame rate. You stay beautiful, baby. Come on. We're almost butter
slope.
on a roll. Pull up.
Pull up.
Glide slope. I don't know why it's saying that. We got 2 red and 2 white.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
No, we're floating. Fuck. That's not what I wanted to happen.
10.
All right, not bad for the first landing. That's higher than we usually
60
like,
knots.
but that's okay. Not bad for the first landing. I think we would have been okay if it didn't float. I shouldn't, you know what? I shouldn't have hit the, I shouldn't have hit the, I shouldn't have turned the auto throttle off. I should have just left that.
3369er, welcome to Innsbruck. Exit at Alpha if able. Taxi to Terminal 1. Gate 1 via Alpha, stay on this frequency.
Exit at Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good landing.
To Terminal 1, Gate 1 via Alpha, staying on this frequency. Tango Yankee Romeo 3369er.
1G, 4 out of 5. I mean, I'll take 4 out of 5 stars. That works. All right, lip dumpers. Flaps are up. Put our taxi lights back on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Innsbruck. Did you know that Innsbruck was the Olympics twice in 1960 and 1976?
Let's put the APU back on. If you guys are having trouble turning these knobs, sometimes you have to click on it, left click on it to pull it open. I kind of want to go back and look at that landing. It's only 8:49. Maybe we'll take off and try another landing. We'll do it after we shut off everything. Hey, the Marshal. Excellent. Park and brake on. All right, landing lights, taxi lights. Okay, APU. Turn the weather radar knobs off. Turn off, put this on transponder mode. Retract the lip dumpers. All right, set the flight control lock to on. All right, let's see here. Gates, APU, switch off the seatbelt sign. Engines shut down. Okay, let's turn off the engines.
Cabin crew, door to manual and cross check.
Turn off seatbelts. All right, very cool. All right, let's do this here. Let me just set this for takeoff. Let's go into aircraft mode and let's do, yeah, we'll do that.
Ready for takeoff selected.
Okay. Now, let me stop, say intentions. Let me stop Sky Dolly. Come on, bitch. All right, there we go. Sky Dolly is done. Let's go back to the main menu. I'm going to turn on developer mode and show you what I was talking about before. But yeah, we're going to do another one of these landings. We're going to take off, swing around, and come back in. All right, so... Oh yeah, developer mode, that's right. All right, let's do LOWI. Take off on runway 8. Yep. Good old runway 8. All right, let me just make sure we have this set. $254 again. All right, that's fine. And then let me set, okay, altitude at 10,000. Okay, that's all good. And let's go ahead and put ourselves in arc mode. Heading mode. And RTT is 303. So let me just set that on the ADF here. Let's also make it bright outside. Actually, we'll make it like evening time. Okay. So, oh yeah, and what's the pressure right now? 1025. Currently 3027. Okay, so that's where it's at. All right, now, so what I was talking about before about having the co-pilot being able to do certain things like lights or turning on engines and stuff like that. Yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So it's called variables. So you have L variables and V variables. So if we go under tools and go under tools, go under behaviors, right? Go under inspector. So let's say we wanted him to turn on the seatbelt signs, right? We can go hover over this, click Control G, and it brings it up here. XML, PAX, seatbelt. And a lot of times all you have to do is just add like a 1 or a 0 after it, turn it on or off. You know, or if we wanted him to turn on like the APU, we could do this. See, AMX, XML APU. So I'm gonna work on this. I want to actually give this a try. See, it has push, switch. So you have to figure out which one. So this is, it's really a switch. So yeah, I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool. It's a lot of work, really. I mean, because you have to do it for every single thing. All right, let's take back off here. So we are heading, I think we're facing the wrong direction. Yeah, we are, but that's okay. All right, let's take off. Park and brake off. Auto throttle on. We don't hear the co-pilot this time because I didn't plug in any V speeds or anything.
V1, rotate.
Maybe not.
Positive climb, gear up.
Okay, landing gear up. We need to cut the gap of these mountains.
Climb thrust.
Climb thrust set. And we're in heading mode.
Flaps up.
I know we're trying to get up to speed before we start our climb again. That's why we're dipping down like that. Oh, we can't do profile, that's right. All right, there we go. That's right, we can't do profile because we don't have a profile set up. All right, we are climbing up to 10,000 feet. That should be high enough. Let me see here. Let me go to VFR mode here. Yeah, I think 10,000 feet will be all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight attendants have now been released from their seats and will shortly commence.
Actually, let's go to 11,000 feet.
At this time, the seat belt signs remain illuminated, so please remain in your seats with your seat belts securely fastened.
All right, we can almost cut across now and start swinging back around towards RTT. All right, let's go out past this peak here, and then we'll swing back around. All right, there we go. Let's start spinning around. Boy, it's beautiful over here. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, man, we got dirty windshield. Oh, look at the little rainbow. Look at the little rainbow. Aren't they all supposed to be in Ireland? We didn't find a pot of gold under that one. That was a bad... I mean, I think, personally, I think minus 427 is a bad landing. Personally, like, I think anything under 300 is a good landing, but from what I understand, some of these airplanes are not really meant to have like that kind of landing. Some of these airplanes, you know, they're kind of built to have harsher landings. There was one airplane I was reading about recently that like a soft touchdown is not what they want on that airplane. Like, just get it down, and like, I forget what it was. It was some sort of Airbus, I think. Might have been the A320, I think. I'll have to go back and try to find it. I was really surprised to look, oh yeah, that's a perfect airplane for me. All right, now where's our ADF indicator? Let's see here. I do want to, okay, we have a minimum descent angle of 3. There's our ADF. Put ourselves in cruise mode. All right, let's head back around. Yeah, where's the ADF out here? Oh, that's right, it's down here. There's no way to switch it? Oh, okay, the ADF. Okay, I got it now. So that's the, right here is our ADF indicator. Okay. All right, that's cool. Such a dope airplane. Man, I like this thing. These are cool airplanes. I don't know if I like it more than the F28, to be honest. I don't know yet. The F28 holds a special spot in my heart. It holds a special spot in my heart. Ah. There we go. Oh, I got it now. So there is an arc rose. Okay, very good. There's our ADF indicator. That green icon down there. Yeah, that's our ADF indicator right there. I'm kind of curious how the F27 will do now that we have some of these settings changed. Because the F27 and the TriStar were both giving me issues. Maybe we'll fly those tomorrow night. We'll do Tuesday TriStar. Oh no, chat was disconnected. Oh no! Well, nobody's chatting anyway, so it's all good. Let me stop the stay intentions stream control. Still don't really know what that does. I think certain commands you can type into the chat, but I don't know. I don't really ever see me using it. I think you can type in like altitude or course, and it'll like give you an update. I have to read about it and see exactly what it says. Now, we probably could switch to standard pressure, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. There's no point. We're just getting ready to descend again. But I do like that we have a flight path angle. That is very cool. I like that gives you an option for you know, VFR approaches or certain approaches where like it's not instrument based. Having that as an option is really good. All right, so we are 17 point. Oh, never mind. That's 17 miles away from the VOR we have plugged in here. Let me start recording Sky Dolly. I have a good feeling about this landing. It's just a shame there's no real quick way to get back to taking off. Like in X-Plane, I'm sorry, no quick way to go back to landing. In X-Plane, you just choose 10 miles out and bang, you're right there. This one, you can't do that. That's one, I really hope they can change that one day. I really do. I think that would be cool if they changed that. Alright, speed bugs are set for arrival, and let's do this here. So let's go landing. Alright, let's put in LOWI. Oh, guess we can't do that. Can I type it in from here? Let's fucking go! Alright! Runway 26. Manual medium brake. There's our winds. There's our live weather and calculate. Yeah, so we're coming up with 120. That's kind of what I was thinking. And then let's take a look at our approach chart again. All right, approach and localizer R. Let me see what it's offset by. So offset by 3 degrees. That's not bad. All right, let's get down to 9,500 feet. Let's slow down to like 220. Actually, we'll slow down to like 210. That's cool. You can put a V2 speed in there. I like that. That'll be useful for takeoff. Ah. So can we click on this for flight path vectors? I wonder. Or do we go up one more time? I'll have to look at that. Because it says flight director and then flight path vectors. So I'm wondering if, like this chooses between indicated airspeed and Mach. But I wonder how we go from, I'll have to look into that. All right, let's start making our turn. Well, no, not yet, actually. Actually, no, we are going to do this holding turn here, this holding procedure. That way we can get on the right angle, correct. So this one we're going to do a parallel turn. It looks like we're going to be doing a parallel turn. If we were coming in a different way, like from up here, we'd probably have to do a, not direct approach, a teardrop. We're going to head out on a 44 heading. We'll go out that for a minute and then turn around. All right, let's head out on a 44 heading. Once we go wings level, we'll hit our clock for a minute. We're already in approach mode, it looks like. Yep. Oh, approach, VOR. Oh, that's interesting. All right, there's approach mode. All right, wings level. All right, clock started. Hey, what's up, Darren? How you doing, buddy? We're coming in for a second landing. First landing, I got 4 out of 5 stars, but it was a little heavy, and I floated a little bit because I decided to turn off the auto throttle at like 50 feet, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just left the auto throttle on. This is a great airplane, though, man. I am in love with this thing. Almost in love with it. To me, it's not as good as the F28, but it's really close. Really close. A few things they tweak. It'll be probably better than the F28. Just tweak a couple things. Put state saving in here. Give us access to the circuits so we can turn off circuits if we need to, or turn them on. All right, now we're getting ready to make another right-hand turn. All right, let's spin around. Let's turn around to 224. And we'll come in for landing. What's good, man? How's Canada? Is it like super disgusting warm hot up there, or is it okay? Because man, I'm telling you, in Baltimore this week, it is going to be like the heat index on Thursday or Friday is going to be like 110, 115. No, thank you. That's not for me. I am not built for that kind of weather, especially not with without an air conditioner in my car. This is the third year actually, I've gone without an air conditioner in my car, and I just don't think I want to do it anymore. Like, I am really tired of not having an air conditioner in my car. It really only sucks like 3 months out of the year, like July, August, and September. Other than that, like, it's not a big deal. But yeah, we need to get a new car, I think. All right, now let's set the ADF for 320. There we go. ADF is now set for 20. All right, let's fix our heading a little bit. And then once we get to RTT, we will start the, let's see here, at 19 at Adwig. That's where we start our descent. And what's our current ground speed? Let me see here. .244, so about 1,100, 1,200 feet would be 3%. Even though we have 3% in here now as the glide angle. All right, there's the ADF pulling up. You can see it on the display now. All right, let's see here. Pick up our route, and then we'll head out on the 207 here, pick up Adwig, and then come in for another landing. I just don't want to cut it too close to the mountains. I mean, we are close, but like, I don't want to like go deeper over here. It's not really necessary. We can kind of clear out some of the mountains here. Yeah, I still can't believe they fly these in real life still. There's a bunch of airplanes that still fly F70s and F100s. Next time we're going to do like a new route over in Australia. All right, let's go 207. As close as we can get to it. But yeah, Darren, say intentions, the air traffic control that I use, they have this new feature out now where it'll help you tune your system for maximum performance depending on what you're trying to get out of it. And let me tell you, man, it works really well. I started using it, and like, I tweaked all these different settings, and boy, oh boy, man, it did a really good job. Boy, oh boy. I can't believe I just said that. Like, I am truly an old man now, I guess. All right, let's bring this down to 4,400 feet. All right, let's make our turn towards 254. And let's begin our descent. On nav, capture the localizer. All right, let's reduce our speed. Go flaps down 1.
Speed checked, gear down.
Alright, landing gear down.
Cabin crew, please set your seats for landing.
Alright, so far we're descending okay.
Cabin is secured for arrival.
So loud. It's so loud. Why do they make it so loud? If anybody's watching from Just Flight, man, come up with something, some sort of slider or something that we can use to lower that. That's crazy loud, dude. All right, and I think 119. Let me see here. Okay, 117 is our flap speed. Like I wonder in real. You know what? That's another thing I need to look up. I wonder in real life if they land flaps 25 or flaps 42, because that's a big discrepancy. Kind of like in the Dash 8 Q400, how there's like this big discrepancy between, you know, flaps 15 and like flaps whatever the next level is. I wonder if it's like the same thing here too. All right, lift dumpers. We need to arm those. Yeah, I mean, look at the gap. That's a huge gap. That's a huge bitch. All right, flaps full. All the lights are on, even though we don't really need them. And our pressure is still 1025. Okay, very good. I'm going to take manual control here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm going to take manual control now, actually. All right, my control. I have Navigraph pulled up on my iPad here. And Navigraph, if you're not familiar with Navigraph, one of the new features they came out with a couple of months ago, they have like these long lines that extend from the runway. So I can kind of look over here and kind of see where we're at instead of having to look over here. Because like I said, this thing is offset by a few degrees. This time we're going to leave the autopilot, the auto throttle on this time until we touch down. What happened last time, I didn't move the throttle back, and when I hit the button to turn off the auto throttle, we started gaining speed, and then we started taking back off again. Yo, that's my city right there. Rum? I used to love me some rum, dude. I haven't drank rum in so long, but I used to love me some Captain Morgan. God, that stuff was the best. I could drink Captain Morgan with anything, really. Usually Coke. Usually it was Captain Morgan and Coke. Or Mountain Dew. Not too often with Mountain Dew, because that was really sweet. But yeah, with Coke, yeah, that shit was great. I did turn say intentions off again, so that's why we don't hear anything about, you know, runway 30 right or any of this other stuff. We turned them off. Whenever I do go-arounds, I usually turn them off. All right, now if you're looking at the display down here, you can see we're off course, but that's because we're supposed to be off course. It's offset by 3 degrees. I didn't set a decision height or anything like that this time. This is just all right, I know we're at our altitude. I got you, pal. All right, I don't see the runway yet, but I know we're in line with it because it's what it shows me on the tablet here. We're a little low, but oh, there's the runway lights. You can see them right up here. Oh, did I not? I didn't start recording, did I? Hang on a second. No, I didn't. All right, let me just click forward just in case this is a really good landing. All right, there's our runway lights. Runway's in sight. And we did pretty good the last time with getting the center line. So I'm not overly concerned about center line this time. I just want to see how soft we can get this thing. If we can get it soft. We may this might be one of those airlines where we have to practice quite a bit. You know, I've had some of those kind of airlines, like these bigger airplanes where, you know, I do actually spend some time when I'm not streaming. If it's like after work, I'll spend an hour just landing an airplane. Typically that's with my Xbox controller, but still, it gives me an idea visually, like height-wise, because that's you know what, that's the biggest problem I have with landing some of these airplanes, is understanding where the wheels are in ratio to the ground. You know, I know they count down sometimes, but like on airplanes like this where they don't give you a countdown, for me that's a little tough, because like I always think we're a lot closer to the ground than we really are. All right, so far they're not yelling at me for glide slope. Glide slope, pull up. This airplane handles so nicely. It is so responsive. It really is, man. It is so much fun to fly with the yoke.
500.
All right, there's the runway. Even with the turn down settings, it actually looks pretty decent with the fog and all that. I mean, it looks pretty good. Not as good as if we had everything cranked up, but if we had everything cranked up still, we wouldn't be this smooth right now coming in for landing.
Pull up.
We'd be frame rate stuttering, stepping, stuttering.
$100.
Sync rate.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Much better.
$60 knots. Reverse.
Excellent. All right, let's replay that. That was a much better landing. Floated a little bit. Yeah, we did, but that's okay. All right, let me stop. And we're going to check out this landing again. All right, let me turn on display capture. Let me turn the banner off. The Bruce banner. All right, resume. And let's go back. Wow, we really recorded for 19 minutes. Maybe we'll go to Tower View next and check it out. Sounds super good. It sounds like the F28, really. The F28 has some of the best engine sounds I've ever heard in a simulator. It really does. God, I really do dig that. We have to fly that plane this week, the F28. Gotta stop fucking around and just fly it again. Gotta fly that one this week. We gotta fly the RJ, the 146, the F27. I mean, we got so many airplanes to fly this week. Then we gotta somehow get over back to X-plane, fly something over there. Man. It's a good time for flight simming, that's for sure. Alright, hopefully it doesn't do the flyby for the next one. See, I want to land around here. It's kind of where I would like to, but we don't always get what we want. Yo, man, it gets much better every time you land. I like that. It's going to get so good next time, it's going to be a positive number. All right, let's reverse details a little bit. All right, play and power view. Wow, we got buildings in the sky. Oh my goodness. Hang, we got to rewind this a little bit. There we go. Take it. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, so let's stop this. Let's get out of. And let's close you out. That was a lot of fun. I just want to check something out. Let me just see if the other Fokker is going to give me problems. Because this one, I always had issues with frame rate issues. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see how it does in like Stockholm real quick and just see how it goes. Let's just park down here. Let's just see how this goes. Let me get the frame rate thing up too. Maybe not. It sounds like we're getting ready to load into the simulator. Oh, there we go. Okay. If I can keep it around 30, I'm okay with that. All right, let's do this here. Let me get into the airplane. Let's make it okay. So far so good. We're at 35. I'm not too worried about any of that. Let's just turn this thing on and yeah, see, well, maybe not. All right, let's see if I remember how to turn this airplane on. It's been a minute since I've turned it on. Batteries on. All right, an APU. Where did the APU go? Where are you, APU? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been in this airplane. I kind of forget where a lot of this stuff is. Okay. Nope. Maybe there is no APU on this airplane. I could have sworn there is. Thought it was over here, actually. Windshield, dim. Okay, there's the alternators. Port, voltmeter, emergency landing, start, inverters. Yeah, maybe there is no APU. Well, anyways, I don't really need to start it. We're getting good frame rate right now, which is what I mean, we're like 30 higher than it usually is. So yeah, we'll have to read about this airplane again. But yeah, I do want to fly this airplane again for sure this week. This will probably be the next one we fly. All right, I'm getting out of here. I just wanted to see about the frame rate. That's good. Oh, you know what? Let me see if they have stuff that we can set up in here. Give me a second. Let's see here. Tools, behaviors. Let's I can actually turn the battery off. I don't need the battery on for this. Let's see if... All right, what can I try to get them to do? Let's see here. Can we have them do flaps? Maybe not. I don't see any kind of variables here. Yeah, I don't really see any variables, so they might not have anything. Because it should say XML somewhere over here. And there's a good chance that we're not going to be able to... That's a shame. Let's see, let me check on this one here. Oh, you know, maybe it's an L variable. I'll have to read about it. Maybe there are some variables that we can... Yeah, I don't see anything that says XML anything, which is what you really need it to say. Oh, here we go. So it does have a variable. Oh, that is cool. So that's landing. Oh, that's landing gear. That's not what I... Did I choose landing gear? I don't think I chose landing gear. Let me see here. Okay, so that definitely doesn't have anything. But the landing gear does. Let's see here. No, I don't see it for the landing gear now either. All right, fuck it. I'm not too worried about it. I'm probably never gonna update it anyways. For me to do that, I'd have to spend hours putting in all the checklist info into Say Intentions just to get the co-pilot to do it. I ain't getting paid for it, and nobody really gives a shit about it. Like, so, you know, I don't hear anybody talking about the checklist thing for Say Intentions. So, all right, that's about it, my friends. I am getting out of here. There's a good chance I'll be back tomorrow. Not with the yoke and shit, but there's a good chance that I'll be back tomorrow night for a little bit. Probably flying the F-27, that or the TriStar, or maybe both. Maybe we'll have a short flight for each. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but there's a good chance I'll be back on tomorrow night. And that's about it, my friends. I will see you on the next episode of Airplane Show. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever tunes in, I mean, one of these days we're gonna get back on track with people watching us. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try my best to not be quiet as much. I think that's to me, that's a little boring, and I didn't realize it until last night when I was watching part of the stream, and I was like, ugh, like I am really quiet sometimes. But like, yeah, man, can't be quiet all the time. Sometimes it's okay, but hit like, hit subscribe, become a member, throw some super chats our way, some kicks, buy a t-shirt, buy a no BS flight sim t-shirt, get a coffee mug, get it all, baby. Spend some money on your boy Greg. Yep, the NBO Foundation, the HBO Foundation, the Hooker Brother Up Foundation. Well, that'd be HBU. But you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm, we're there, we're here. You picking up what I'm putting down. And that's about it. Have a good Tuesday, and I will see you next time on the next episode of the Airplane Show. And this episode was sponsored by your mama. Tell her I said what's up. Yes, sir. Yeah. See ya.